I would always do dialects as a kid. Irish or Italian. My grandmother's Italian. I talk like my grandmother, you know. I would, get a kick out of doing that. And I was never asked to do impressions. I never did impressions as a kid because that to me was the sole frontier of Rich Little and Marilyn Michaels and people like that. And then I got cast in Forbidden Broadway, and they asked if I did impressions, and I said I'd do my Sicilian grandmother. And they asked me to try Carol Channing and Ethel Merman, and they were both extreme enough that I could do them. In the fullness of time, years and years and years of doing different impressions every month or so, I developed a skill and a shorthand, and I got better at it. And I love to do it. It's frustrating when you just can't get a voice because sometimes the instrument just isn't made for that voice. But you do get better at it, and I did get better at it. But I love all voices. I honestly don't care if it's an impression or just a great character, whether I'm doing it or I'm watching somebody else do it. I just like interesting voices, and I always have. My name is Christine Pedi, and I played Mother Earth, it was about time, one of the dragon heads, and Erebus. I like all the characters I played because they're ladies in charge in one way or another. And it's always nice to play a woman in charge. They all seem to know what's what. There's a certain level of wisdom there. And one or two are more than a sastress, a little sassy. I think that's what I like, the strength. I enjoy that. And I was thinking of certain women out there in the world, some I've known, some I've known of, that were in the back of my head as I was doing it. So there's a moment, this character, Erebus, she seems a little snarky and snide, but if you think about it, she's sort of being a good parent. If you say to a child, well, why should you get dessert when you've behaved so badly? If you ask the question, they have to stop and answer it, rather than say, I'm not giving this to you, get out of my sight. She's asking a question. What did you do to deserve this? And when you ask that question, it begs another question. Okay, if I didn't do anything to deserve this yet, I guess I'll have to do something to deserve it now. And so, in her own way, she's being a good parent. It's palatable, very understandable to children and adults. It's got that Game of Thrones thing going on there. Dragons, and it's got a little sci-fi, it's got mythology, it's got its own hint of the Wild West, I guess. And so in that respect, I think it's a sort of a family show.